Welcome back to the Ancestral Findings podcast. You ever come across a postcard that just makes you stop and stare for a moment? That's what happened to me when I found this one. It's an old image of a place called the Pirate's Den, tucked into 8 Christopher Street in New York City's Greenwich Village. When you first look at it, it almost feels staged. A man standing to the left, holding what looks like a bird, a woman in the background leaning near the bar. There's a bartender, some kind of treasure chest in the corner, ropes and chains dangling from the walls. You can almost hear the creak of wood and clink of glasses. It doesn't just look like a bar. It looks like a movie set, like you're about to hear someone shout action. But this wasn't a movie. This was real life, and it turns out the story behind this postcard goes deep, so I started digging. The man behind it all was Don Dickerman. Born in Illinois in 1893, Don had a flair for the dramatic. He went to Andover and Yale, then moved to New York to study art, rooming for a time with Norman Rockwell. But it wasn't the art world that held his attention for long. Dickerman had a taste for performance and eccentricity. In the late 1910s and early 1920s, he opened a string of over-the-top themed restaurants in Greenwich Village, where tourists and locals could step into an entirely different world for a few hours. His most famous venue? The Pirate's Den. Originally, it began as a coffee shop and art space around 1917. Don used it to display his pirate-themed artwork and hand-carved wooden toys. But soon, it grew into a full-blown theatrical experience. Located at 8 Christopher Street, the den was laid out like the interior of a pirate ship. Visitors paid a cover charge, 75 cents, $1 on Saturdays, to enter a world of candlelit decks, treasure map tablecloths, and rules like any attempt to locate the hidden vaults or seize any personal property of the pirates will be punished by loss of eyesight or imprisonment in the Black Dungeon. 3 levels: the main deck, the gun deck, and the hurricane deck. Waiters dressed like pirates, artists moonlighting with gold hoop earrings and fake swords. The house macaw, Robert, was said to curse at guests in a raspy old pirate voice. An orchestra played from an elevator that moved up and down between decks, and Don himself fully embraced the act. He'd wander the village wearing an eye patch and gold earrings, campaigning to have Pirate Captain Kidd officially pardoned, and even set off on an ocean expedition to look for the treasure of Pirate Benito. That trip didn't lead to buried gold, but Don did catch an 18-foot manta ray from a rowboat, reportedly keeping it stunned with a baseball bat while dragging it 2 miles. As fun as it all sounds, not everyone was on board. A magistrate called the Pirate's Den a plague spot in 1918 and wanted it shut down. The place was raided more than once, not for serving alcohol during Prohibition, since they only served sarsaparilla, but for having staff carry swords and pistols. The New York Times even ran a headline, "Pirates Disarmed in Village Lair." The Pirate's Den burned down in 1929, taking with it decades of memorabilia and most of Don's pet birds. The Great Depression soon followed, and by 1932, Don had to sell the property and declare bankruptcy. He later tried his luck with similar themed restaurants in Miami and Los Angeles, but nothing ever quite recaptured the magic of 8 Christopher Street. What stands there now is a bar called Pieces, a completely different kind of place with a crowd and vibe all its own. But no ropes hanging from the walls, no black flags, no sword-wielding poets waiting tables. So that's the story this old postcard opened up for me. What started as a strange-looking room with shadows and ropes turned into a keyhole into one of the quirkiest corners of New York history. And if you've got a postcard like this one, whether it's from your hometown or somewhere you've never even been, I'd love to see it. You never know what stories they might unlock. If you've got a hard-to-find ancestor you're stuck on, I'd love to hear about it. Just head over to ancestralfindings.com and click on Contact to send me a message. While you're there, take advantage of our free weekly genealogy lookups. explore thousands of articles, and enjoy hundreds of podcast episodes. We've been helping family history researchers since 1995. And if you're looking for even more, check out our Genealogy Gold Q&A series over on Patreon. Thanks for listening, and as always, happy searching.